Hi again, welcome back to the channel. As you guys know, the last year has been crazy busy for us as we both moved our lives in together in our two houses and finally got our dream house where we could start to build the grow room and get back to growing together in the same house. It's been a wild journey, but thank you guys so much for all the love and support through the whole process. We've had so much fun getting the grow room set up and starting our very first plants. So we're excited to bring that content to you and so much more. Now that we're together, we can really make better content than we've ever been able to before. So we really appreciate you guys for helping make this dream come true. And it's something we've worked so hard for. Now that the studio construction is done and we're getting the grows underway, there's time to focus on editing videos again. Things got really overwhelming during the move, guys, and I also really needed a new computer. Editing before we moved was really hard. My old computer was starting to really show its signs and it made it difficult to edit videos. So I ended up building a new computer. Going through the old hard drives on my old computer, I did find footage I had shot for some of the other plants we'd grown that I just never got around to finishing. So I'm dedicated to get that footage edited so I can get that hard drive space back. So today, guys, we're gonna do a seed to harvest of Jammy Dodgers #2 from Mephisto. I remember starting this and being so excited. Jammy Dodgers #2 was a new strain from Mephisto that we hadn't tried yet, and we've been so impressed with all the other autoflowers that we've grown from them. One of them being Double Grape that we started at the same time. You guys have already seen the Double Grape seed to harvest, but if you haven't, give it a watch. This was one of the first times we ran Mephisto on FloraFlex, and the results were impressive. Jammy Dodgers #2 was started at the same time as Double Grape and grown in the same medium and the same method. I used a mix of 60% cocoa, 25% soil, and 15% perlite. And I did this in 3-gallon air pots, which was something new I was trying, and I kind of liked them. We germinated with the good old paper towel method, and once it was ready, I planted just below the surface in the pots. I misted the top to keep it moist and put a glass on top as a little humidity dome. It worked great, and in a few days, they were popped up and growing. For this grow, I was running FloraFlex. I'd seen really impressive results with previous grows, so I was excited to try it again. The plants were monsters, fam, and it's so easy to do. All I did was follow the FloraFlex feeding schedule and mix it in my water reservoirs for the automated watering system I set up. That's one thing I noticed with cocoa is you have to water a lot more. So I set up the system to just auto water every day, and it worked really great with the FloraFlex. It was super easy and I enjoyed the system, so we definitely want to keep growing it and see how the plants turn out because they're just turning out monstrous. So we're definitely still continuing and growing organically with soil, but we want to try other methods and grow styles. FloraFlex yielded great results with the easy to follow schedule. I liked it because it was a little more hands-off, especially with the auto watering system. I could mix up a week's worth of FloraFlex feed and just let the plants grow. It was really easy. I could watch and train, and I didn't really have to do much because all the nutrient needs are in the FloraFlex. So it's a great system. I enjoy it, and I still want to continue to try and grow with it and perfect the system and grow the biggest plants we could possibly get because the plants coming from FloraFlex were easily twice the size of anything we had grown organically, and I think the quality was just as good. I know a lot of you guys have started trying FloraFlex and have asked me if we had a discount code. We do now have a discount code for FloraFlex, guys. It can save you 10% on all products from FloraFlex.com. So if you're interested in trying a different growing nutrient, give it a shot. I've had great results and been really impressed. Jammy Dodgers 2 took right off. Loving the FloraFlex, following the schedule, she exploded. This was only my second grow with FloraFlex, but like every other plant I've tried so far, the beginning phases are explosive and the plants get very large and veg. And Jammy Dodgers was no exception. She stayed stout and squat. She was not a very tall plant and she grew wide with a beautiful even canopy. She was very busy on the inside with tons of branches and nodes. Heaven came through and did the full training and defoliation. She went through the bottom and cleaned out all the larf and stuff that doesn't get good direct light and all the inner branches that weren't gonna make it. She really opened the plant up, preparing it for flower so all the best bud sites would get as much light as possible. Great job, babe. Unfortunately, I did lose the footage of the plants at the end right before we chopped them. I don't know how I did that, so this is the best footage I got, guys. This is early into flower, but you can already see the frost production from Jammy Dodgers 2 is impressive. She was a frosty auto. She was also very large and bushy, but she smelled dank like berries and chocolate. She finished out perfectly. One of the main issues I had with FloraFlex was salt buildup, but honestly, it wasn't even that big of an issue. Something I want to learn to dial in as I continue to grow with the system. Jammy Dodger's coming down.
And
dry weight.
Yeah, and also we're gonna T-check.
We're gonna T-check. Let's do this.
Look at her. Oh, she smells good. Man, she looks frosty.
Yeah, Jammy's looking great. So we're gonna see what the weight comes out to. What do you think, babe? What's the predictions?
Oh man, I think she's gonna be. I mean, she filled up the tent, and this is all one plant. Usually, my plants take maybe one chandelier, maybe. This took the whole tent, so. Oh my gosh, and they smell so good.
Ooh. Ooh.
Wow.
She's looking good.
Oh, she's filling up the tub real nice.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna say close to a half pound.
Over 8? I'm betting maybe 7.
I think I'm gonna say it's a little over 7.
Well, let's run this through the trim bin and see what we get.
Wow, she's beautiful, babe. This is Jammy Dodger's number 2.
Yeah.
From Mephisto. Using FloraFlex. Let's figure her out. She looks dank. She smells amazing. I cannot even get over the smell.
Ooh.
All right.
Curious about this, Jammy Dodgers.
This is going to be, I think she's going to be substantial.
Trimming the nugs. That's what we like about the dry tents, because we can just straight out of the dry tent, trim them up, and then just throw them in the bowl trimmer.
She's got so many different smells. Oof. Jammy Dodgers number 2 from Mephisto.
Mephisto always bringing the slappers, guys. Definitely worth checking out if you're looking for some quality auto genetics.
Yeah, I agree. They are always consistent and always mind-blowing.
Yeah,
say that.
We've always been impressed. They've always came out frostier than most, I guess, regular stuff we've tried. And we got the dry blade on here, so we did some trims with it last night at Heaven's. She said she wasn't a dry blade fan.
I liked the other blade better.
We'll see how she does with the Jammy. The Jammy is not quite, the buds aren't quite as dense as, let's say, like Mandarin was. But they're definitely frosty, and ooh, I'm already picking that smell up over here.
Yeah, it's
big time.
Yeah, I wish you guys we had smell-o-vision, because this is.
We're working on it.
She ain't no mids.
She ain't no mids. Yeah, that's gonna be a ton, babe.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get as much of the stems off as possible before putting it in the bowl trimmer, because we've noticed that if you don't get as much of the stem off as you possibly can, sometimes it gets caught up in there.
Yeah.
And then you start grinding on your flour, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do right now is just take off all those little pieces that might get stuck out, or it might get stuck into those little holes there.
Yep, through the grate there. If you leave big stems on the end of your nugs there, they're just gonna get jammed up. So it's best to just trim the nugs, and trim the stem right up to the base of it.
Yeah, so when I take the flour off of the stem, I try to take it as close as possible to the flour, and then so it doesn't leave a whole lot of nub at the end.
Yeah, is she looking ready for the spins?
So when we do this, we like to evenly distribute it without overly packing it. So this might be even a little, this might be kind of pushing it.
You want them to tumble basically around and not get all jammed up together. So yeah, that might be a little.
Yeah, this is probably about as much as you really want off of it.
We're taking it to the limit.
We are kind of taking it to the limit. Let's just be aware of that.
Hey, maybe we should just take some out.
You want to? Should I?
Yeah.
Just a few?
Clean up a spot so they can tumble good without just bashing into each other.
You're right. I'm too eager.
My baby was like, get it all in there.
That's a little better right there.
Yeah,
okay.
Looks good. Got a weed jam pile over there.
That's why you don't want to put too much in, so it can.
them babies to
eventually,
tumble.
yeah, tumble around. I like to go slow, and I like to rotate one way and then the other way. Personally.
Mix it up.
It's kind of my little style that I like to do.
That's the method.
But it beats hand trimming for me.
Yeah, it does. Ooh.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Did you have that smell bomb that just
smell bomb? Oh, you guys.
She's beautiful. She smells amazing. Yeah. Look at the tippy top, how frosty that is.
Oof, yeah. Lots of sticky nugs in here. Jammy Dodgers, she definitely has got the perps going on and like all the flame stuff. So, man, if you guys had the smell-o-vision over here. Ooh, she smells so good. And there's still a ton. So you guys can see the blade just separates off. You unscrew, there's a little holder piece, and then you can take the blade off. But there's these shims between, so you can adjust how close the blade goes to the bottom of the thing to kind of adjust how far the trim is. So I'm just gonna take one of those shims out because I had put an extra one in, just wanted to see what it'd do, but I think a little bit closer does a little bit better job on
I agree.
The trim. So we're gonna try without the spacer, or taking one of the two spacers out. And then this is the dry trim blade. And then there's just a straight blade, but the dry trim is basically just a serrated blade. So it has tiny serrations, but I figured we'd try the dry trim blade for this one. What did you say, Scrooge McDuck?
I said, you know how Scrooge McDuck has like his pool or his bank of money that he just dives into? I want one of those with
Scrooge
this,
McDuck.
because this.
That's gonna be some weight. It's so sticky. When we dumped it out of the bowl, it was just a huge nut.
I love that she's got these little purple notes.
Oh, she definitely has some colors and some notes and stuff.
And she smells amazing.
Yeah.
So let's see what she weighs out
Insanely frosty, guys. Looks like a large yield, so let's see.
Oh my goodness.
She's gonna be another FloraFlex hitter. They're just so sticky too, guys.
Wow. So sticky, I think it makes up for it.
Yeah. Definitely more sticky. So we'll see. I'm curious to see how the potency test goes for this too. Oh, and there's still quite a bit in there. Bigger bowl. Bigger bowl. Not gonna let you guys see the scale yet. Oh, hey, push them on there. Push it down a little bit. Oh, it's a big dank nug.
Did you like how it kind of just like puffed back up?
That's for all you hand trimmers out there.
Well, don't get mad. We use this for personal, all right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
We're not selling it.
the trim's good enough for us, guys. Whew. Wow.
Okay.
269.29. Whew, hit that M button once, babe. Let's see what the ounces are. 9.499.
Over a half pound.
Over a half pound.
I told you.
Woo! FloraFlex 2 for 2, guys. We always thought the Mephistos usually were on the smaller side, but
we are so happy. I'm happy about this.
What do we got there?
Oh, we have a nice Grove bag here.
Grove bags.
Grove bags.
We are in love with those things, guys.
I love these bags.
That's perfect. We're just over a half pound. That's a half pound bag, guys. And the dope part is, since they're dried up and ready, we can just put them right in there. We don't have to burp. We don't have to do anything. RH packs. The bags themselves will regulate the RH and everything. All we have to do is just let them go. And I usually feel about 2 weeks after being in the bags, or when you're jarring them up, I always feel about 2 weeks is usually when you get the best smoke after you dry and you jar it up or bag it up. Give it about 2 weeks, but we're gonna go smoke some of this in like 5 seconds.
Heck yeah, we are. We actually are gonna also T-check some of this.
Yeah, we're gonna T-check too, guys, give you the potency and the weight. So really all we gotta do is put this in there, close the bag up, and just let them go until they're ready.
Can you believe this?
It's gonna be a pillowcase of weed. The night owl we got going, the FloraFlex, look like they're gonna be just another massive yielders, guys. Trying something different, but still always learning.
Yes. So I can't wait till we put our grows kind of side by side, because that's going to be happening really soon.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And we're going to be able to really learn off of each other, and it's going to be really fun. It smells so good. I can't even handle it.
Yeah,
and my
it's
fingers.
Gonna be great. So sticky. After we had her all bagged up, we took a piece and ran it through T-Check, which is a home potency testing kit that tests dried flower, oils, concentrates, and more. It's really easy. You just pull a sample from your plants, mix it with the alcohol solution, take a sample of that, and put it into the T-Check to test your results. Jammy Dodgers 2 did not disappoint with a result of 26.9% total cannabinoids in the flower. That's an excellent result and impressive from Mephisto. It always delivers high quality and frosty plants. We're super excited about this. And if you guys are interested in checking out T-Check, you can use code Highigan. Save yourself $25 off a T-Check home potency test kit.
Jammy Dodgers number 2. Can't wait to smoke you, babe.
Let's go smoke some.